The video makes you stop in your tracks. A massive fire at a church in rural Davidson County. Salem United Methodist Church went up in flames just before 9 o'clock last night. WFMY News 2's Jansen Silvers went to Denton today to learn about what started the fire and what's next for the longtime staple in the community.
I'm not going to lie, it was a tough scene today. Crews picking up the wreckage and members of the congregation just looking on in disbelief. The damage is extensive, and there are pictures that were taken just days ago of the church right there, and today it doesn't even look like this same building. The church was established in a log building nearly 200 years ago in 1833. A slightly different building now, but many members have been going there their entire lives. And to see decades of memories go up in flames, it isn't easy.
The passing of a church building, it will be something that will probably remain engraved in the hearts and minds of these members for many years to come.
It was sad. I mean, it's a loss, but you know, it's for a purpose, a reason. He'll make us stronger. I think hopefully we will rebuild and get back up and going.
Their faith still strong, and the church actually sat down to discuss a few of those moving forward options this afternoon. They haven't decided on a permanent solution quite yet, but they say they will hold church at the Larry Furr Southern Theater and Event Center in downtown Denton for the near future.
Jansen, thank you. The church has shared a number to call if you'd like to help out. It's 336-590-5543.